Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Saturday, it's Saturday afternoon, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick channel update on a few things, let you know what's been going on. And I also wanted to briefly discuss basically the training philosophy that I've been using the last couple of winters, using it primarily out of necessity more than what I would like to do, but it is a technique or a strategy, a training strategy or philosophy that I think you can have good results with this time of year, especially if you live in a northern climate like I do here in New York. As far as a quick channel update, you guys probably see behind me here, I've got, this is my, it's my newest bike. It's my Strada 3T. It's my 3T Strada Pro. Now I recently was selected to be a brand ambassador for 3T bicycles. So I am going to be riding the 3T Strada Pro as my primary road racing bike for the 2019 season. I will do a video showing you guys the bike in more detail a little bit later on. Maybe a little bit closer towards spring. But anyways, this bike is the One-By drivetrain system. I'm really intrigued with the One-By system. I like it on my mountain bikes, and I really think that it has a lot of good characteristics and a couple of really key features. I think it'll be good for me, for my style of riding, and I'm really looking forward to riding the One-By system next year on the road. And of course, I'll be giving you guys some updates here on the channel with my thoughts and experiences with the 3T Strada One-By system throughout the 2019 season. So really looking forward to riding this bike this year. It's a beautiful bike. It's this really nice navy blue color scheme. It does have the SRAM Force One-By drivetrain system. SRAM makes really good stuff, and I really like the shifting of the One-By system. But again, guys, I'll give you more updates on that and a more detailed look on the bike at some later point on the channel here. But the primary reason why I wanted to make this video today is just talk to you guys briefly about the training philosophy that I use during the wintertime. Again, primarily out of necessity. Now, anybody that's following me on Strava, I will leave a link in the description of the show if anybody wants to follow me on Strava. You can keep track of my rides. But anybody that does follow me on Strava, you'll notice that I've pretty much since the last week of October, I have been pretty much I have not just pretty much, I have been exclusively training indoors, and that's because we got a I'm not going to say an untypical early winter in New York. I mean, it seems like we get early winters every year, but we got snow and really cold weather early this year, so it just kind of forced me indoors a couple of weeks, sooner than normal. Usually I can at least get a couple of rides in, for like the first few weeks of November, but this year, like I said, guys, I don't think I've been outside on the road since like October 26th or somewhere in there anyways. So I'm forced to ride on the rollers all winter long. In fact, we just got a snowstorm like 2 days ago here where I live. Got a foot of new snow. It's been like the last couple of days, it's been high temperatures in the single digits. Cold again today. I just simply cannot effectively train outside from basically like, mid-November through like pretty much the first part of March. So that's a long time to be forced inside. Now, if you guys, anybody that's, looked into the traditional type cycling training, especially at the upper end, pro tour level, type riders, and just, the upper elite riders in general, there's kind of this, it's almost kind of like, just kind of the norm that you do your long, slow base mileage during the winter time. And then as the spring progresses, as the race season approaches, you start, building into more intensity type work and, doing intervals, stuff like that as the season approaches. And if you live in an area where you can ride all year, that's a great approach. And it is the approach I probably would take myself if I lived in an area where I could ride year round. But I simply, at this point in time, don't have that luxury. I am looking to move within the next 2.5 years or so. I want to relocate to the to Greenville, South Carolina. But anyways, for the next couple of years, I'm going to be in New York dealing with literally 5 months of terrible wintertime. So I have to make adjustments from that, kind of normal training philosophy. I mean, yes, I guess I could slog away, 5-6 hour rides on the rollers inside. But guys, I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I mean, I feel like I'm probably as dedicated as they come in terms of, willingness to slog out long miles indoors. I mean, I feel like I do as much riding indoors as probably anybody does, and even then, about 2.5, 3 hours tops is about the max I can ever kind of do inside. It's just so monotonous. I would prefer to do more shorter duration, structured, higher power work in the wintertime. And then, as the spring approaches here in New York, when I can get outside and I can do though, and we have nice weather, and once we get into summertime, and I can go out on those 5 or 6 hour, endurance rides. So I guess the basic philosophy that I'm trying to portray here is that, you don't have to follow that, long, slow base mile type approach, and then, build up to intensity throughout the spring and summer. If you live in an area like I live in, where you get long winters, I personally like the approach of using this winter time, okay, to do, basically the way I look at it is, from the traditional standpoint, you basically do endurance, then strength, speed is like the general, season structure for people that, have the ability to kind of ride outside year round. But I'm kind of doing the opposite here, because of where I live in New York, and I'm spending basically, November, December through like March, I'm focusing inside. I'm using my approach in the wintertime to do a strength, speed, endurance approach. And the basic philosophy of what I kind of think here is, you can build endurance, okay? You can build endurance when the time comes. But if anything, I would like to do, I like doing, again, guys, it's not that I really like doing it this way, but I'm kind of forced to at the point. But while I'm forced to, I'm going to make the most of this. So what I do in the wintertime is, again, I'm working on, you guys have probably seen on Strava, I'm doing a lot of, structured trainer road indoor interval workouts right now. So I'm using this wintertime to focus on my shorter duration, high power output, strength workouts. I'm working on building strength now, it's, it's basically mid-January. So but I've been doing this for the last, honestly, month and a half, 2 months. But I'm working on strength, building strength now. And then when summertime comes, then I will transition into my, longer endurance work. And, and when you make that transition, now you can ride longer and, at a stronger power output, So, and, I feel like I've gotten pretty good results, this way. I raced pretty well last year. I've raced pretty well the last couple of years. I feel like my, my power to weight ratio is pretty good. I feel like I'm a pretty strong rider. And, I guess what I've been finding is, the last couple of years being forced to train this way, is that, you can certainly use this shorter duration, indoor training, structured approach to build strength now, and then come springtime, you can transition that out onto the open roads, and then you can focus on your endurance. And you know what, guys? That endurance aspect of training, can kind of come. Pretty much anybody can ride, a long endurance ride. I know 60, 70-year-old people, who are in good shape, and maybe not be elite level athletes, but they can go out there and ride their bicycle for 4, 5, 6 hours plus if they wanted to or needed to. So that endurance, that endurance aspect is something that I can cycle in here when the time comes. But I guess what I'm saying is I would rather spend my winter time, since I'm forced inside, I would rather focus my winter time on doing the shorter, 2 hours or under, more structured, intensity type interval work. Do this now, okay? Build up a strong foundation, build up that strength component, and then when springtime rolls around, now I can take that outside. And as far as endurance, like, how long do you want to ride? I mean, you can pretty much ride. When you build that strength and then you go outside for endurance, now you're not only riding longer, but you're riding stronger for longer because you've taken the time to make yourself stronger during this winter time frame. So I just kind of wanted to, share this, just kind of share my thoughts on this, guys, with you here on the channel. It's the way I approach my training. It's the way I've been doing it the last couple of years. Been, forced to, pretty much living here in New York. Now, again, I can't lie to you. I mean, if it was, 80 degrees out today and nice, clear roads, I would probably be going out for a 5 or 6 hour ride because I'm off work today. But I simply don't have that at my disposal right now. So what I will do is later on today, I'm going to do about a 2 hour structured, higher intensity ride, okay, focusing on building that strength component so that this spring, when the time rolls around, that endurance component is just gonna flow a lot easier and be a lot easier to ascertain. And those endurance rides are going to be done at an even greater strength or power, rate, because I've taken the time to focus on building that strength here indoors. So, again, guys, I just wanted to, make this short video for you guys, just kind of talking to you about my generalized philosophy here on winter training. The fact that, it is a little bit aggravating when I look on my Strava and, a lot of the guys I'm following out there, they're in, California or, Europe or wherever they are, and they're doing these, 5, 6 hour rides every day. I mean, yes, I do get a little bit envious, honestly, because I simply can't do that right now. But, I can't really focus on that negative. What I try to do is focus my energy to the positive aspect of what I can control here, and what I can control here inside is working on developing and increasing my strength so that when I go outside, I'm riding stronger, and I'm riding longer, and I'm riding even stronger. So I hope you guys found this video informative. If you guys want, drop me some comments. Let me know kind of what you guys think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What do you guys do for wintertime training? Again, guys, I think it's a very positive thing to get a discussion going in the comment section of the video. So, again, guys, hope you found this informative. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And as always, I look forward to seeing you guys right back here in my next video.